is because I prefer cloth over hard any day of the week. Now, in regards to the mousepad itself, I want to go over a couple of things and why I think you're better off going with Corsair's option over the current Razer one. Unless you are going for a Razer themed setup or something like that, then I would highly recommend going for the Corsair mouse mat. But anyway, you get the usual contents within the box. So you get the what's this? Congratulations, there is no turning back. Now, in regards to this, in regards to the Razer Firefly mouse mat, there is one key thing I would like to point out. The first one I did receive, it did arrive DOA, or dead on arrival, and unfortunately I had to RA that, but I did receive a replacement unit and everything is all good, fine, etc. So I don't really have to worry about anything there. Now, in regards to the box itself, I'm going to display that to you now. So basically with the box itself, good God. So as you can see right here, it's a relatively decent sized box considering the actual size of the mouse mat itself, and you do get, basically the Welcome to Razer thing. You get the usual Razer stickers, and yeah. So in regards to the Razer mouse mat itself, the actual surface area, it is incredibly smooth. Now, if you're like me and you play games, you probably maybe utilize a small space on the mouse mat itself. In regards to that, you might say I utilize probably 55% of the mouse mat. I don't go all the way to the edge like some people may or may not do, depending on their DPI and everything. Now, the one thing I'm very disappointed with, and this is in regards to the location of the lighting on the mouse mat itself, it is relatively underwhelming, especially when you have a setup like mine, which I'm going to be doing a video in regards to the overall setup I have. It's a red and black theme setup. But yeah, so the lighting itself, it is bright, but the location of the lighting itself on the actual mouse mat, it is in a terrible location. And also the actual Razer logo itself as well. It isn't all that bright considering them with their products like their mouse, their keyboard, etc. I'm looking at the actual keyboard I've got here, the Razer Firefly, the Razer Chroma keyboard, and that is incredibly good with the lighting itself. So yeah, it's kind of weird with Razer how they've actually done created a product like this and haven't actually delivered on the lighting like they normally have with their Chroma products. But yeah, I recommend going with Corsair's option. Not only is the lighting a lot more brighter and vibrant, you also get USB pass-through. Now, in case anyone doesn't know what USB pass-through is, so your device will connect to a USB port on your PC, and then you'll have the option or opportunity to take advantage of a port that's directly on the actual device itself. And in regards to that, so you can have like for example, a wireless headset or whatever USB device you want. So if you need to charge your phone, or there's a USB, say, device of any kind, you plug it into that and your PC will recognize it. So, it's kind of it's essentially like having a USB extension cable or extension pretty much directly on your mouse pad. So, yeah, it's a pretty good option overall, and the lighting itself, where it's located, like this is sort of on the bottom, which I'm, sort of disappointed with, but, overall, it's a decent product. I'll recommend going for the cloth version. That's just me though, personally. And yeah, that's about it really. The mouse pad itself, it's a relatively small mouse pad. It's probably smaller than what I'm used to seeing in this day and age anyway. It's probably a standard size mouse pad for something that existed maybe like 5-6 years ago. And yeah, so overall, my thoughts on this whole entire thing with the mousepad, it's excellent in the category of build quality. You won't, obviously you can flex it. I wouldn't recommend going around going, yep, okay, I'm going to try and snap it in half and see how that goes. Like obviously, like that would damage the board itself. And yeah, so the board itself as well. So it has it's fairly raised for obvious reasons. So they can have the LED lighting and everything in there. So that may annoy some people. Personally, for me, I actually like it. Having a mouse pad on a mouse pad might seem a bit, weird, but the mouse pad itself, it feels comfortable. And if you're like me and you have the I guess I can say I have a claw grip. That's the primary way I will actually use a mouse. You know, it actually is quite comfy. It feels nice on the wrist and everything. So, yeah, that's. I mean, but at the end of the day, you may or may not, you know, be, you know, over like happy with it. So, yeah, and it is by far better having my hand or, you know, wrist on an actual mouse pad versus, say, you know, something like my desk, because my desk is a full-fledged wooden desk. Yeah, I can't recollect where it was made, but with the desk itself, what it's made of, the materials are just, you know, incredibly harsh on my arms and everything. So, you know, having an extended mouse pad, and not to mention this Razer one, is definitely beneficial to me personally. So, yeah, that's about it, really, guys. Thoughts or improvements in regards to what they could provide with the next implementation of the mouse pad. I reckon they need to add USB pass-through. That's one thing I would highly recommend, just because, you know, especially in this day and age with the amount of USB devices. Like, I have the Corsair HT100, which is an RGB headset stand. Now with that has two USB pass-through ports. Now that would be nice to have, you know, at least the additional pass-through port. I can't expect them to put pass-through ports, you know, in every single location on the mouse pad itself. But, you know, just at least adding the option to do it, it would be nice. Also, with the lighting, I would actually like Razer to think about having any, you know, just some like lighting on maybe the side, as opposed to, it looks like it's pretty much on the bottom, which is incredibly disappointing. The rubberized texture on the bottom here, it is incredible. It does help the mousepad stick, but obviously when you got your, you know, weight of your arm on there, it's not going to move around all that much, especially because I'm actually currently on a the SteelSeries XXL mousepad, which does provide me with the necessary you know, surface area, so I'm not, you know, so the mousepad doesn't potentially slip. And yeah, one thing that is slightly annoying, but there's not much I don't think anyone can do about it, it is the where the USB connects to on the mousepad itself. It can, in my opinion, some people may actually find it to be annoying, because, you know, it may actually get in the way when you're trying to, you know, utilize this mouse. And I mean, obviously, because, you know, most of these products, like RGB products, are aimed at gamers. A lot of gamers out there will tend to, you know, want to take advantage of the surface area and everything else. Not to mention, like, you know, someone like me, I love RGB lighting. Hence is why I got this mousepad. I've already got a pretty good mousepad here, the SteelSeries XXL. But, you know, I wanted something that would make my setup pop even more. This does support, like, you know, the full-fledged RGB 16.8 million colors. But, yeah, it's just, it's kind of, you know, they gave us a mousepad that was, you know, something that it just feels like it's missing features, I guess I can say, considering, like, what Corsair has offered. And yeah, that's about it, really, guys. Overall, I would recommend this mouse pad if you're going for a Razer theme setup, or, you know, you're going for RGB, or better yet, look at Corsair's option if you're just not concerned about brands and stuff like that. Me personally, I was trying to go for Razer peripherals with my mouse, keyboard, and also the mouse pad itself. But yeah, I sort of regret not looking at the Corsair one even more. I just saw it, but I wasn't too sure. But, you know, now I sort of do regret the whole entire thing of not going with Corsair, because it does provide the user with yeah, a lot more in the category of, you know, options with USB connectivity and stuff. But yeah, I digress. The lighting on the Firefly mousepad, it needs to be at least slightly tweaked or positioned in another location. I mean, it is bright, but it's just, you know, it's underwhelming, especially when I'm looking at it from this angle here, like, say, just directly above, and I can't even really tell that it's on unless I look at the Razer logo, which it still doesn't look bright enough on the Razer logo itself. But I digress. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is primarily how I'm going to be doing my videos, you know, from now on, because I actually like doing live streams as opposed to trying to do a video. It seems a lot more relaxed, and, you know, that to me. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions regarding the mouse pad, yeah. Yeah, just one more thing. I don't know if I mentioned it, but yeah, I'll just go over it again. First unit I got, I needed to RA because the RGB lighting would not work at all, period. And yeah, I did check my, what's it referred to as, I can't think. Check the device manager, and there was literally nothing showing up on my PC, on my desktop, and my laptop. So yeah, there was a problem with the first one that I got. It could have been the USB connection, or it could just be in the actual circuitry within the mouse pad itself. Something may need to be resoldered, but whatever the case may be, I've got a replacement unit and everything is good now. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Yeah.